For those of you I haven't had the chance to meet, my name is Liana. Today's class is going to be an all levels flow. So right before we closed the studio, I remember it felt a little heavy in the air for everybody. And I remember one of the last classes I taught, I had said my goal of the class was that everyone left the room feeling a little bit lighter. And I actually had a student end me at the end of that class, approach me at the end of that class saying that they did feel lighter. And if you're watching Allison, that meant a lot to me because it meant my mission was accomplished, because teaching this practice can be really fulfilling if we can help people leave a room feeling lighter or more at peace with themselves. So that will be my goal today as well, is that we all leave our mats feeling just a little bit lighter. And I want you to remember that yoga is a practice. So it means that we may do it one day, we may leave the mat feeling light, and then the next day feel heavy again. So it's a practice of finding that balance, and it's something that we have to repeatedly remind ourselves of. So if today you leave feeling lighter and another day you feel heavy, maybe get back on your mat and practice with me, or in any way you choose. So again, all level class, take it at your pace and honor your body, listen to it, and if you do that, you'll be sure to enjoy the practice. Let's go ahead and begin on our backs to start. Wherever you find the most comfort. You can take traditional shavasana, legs extended long, or you can take maybe Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And we'll just take a few moments here to settle in. To really arrive on the four corners of our mat. Allowing this to be a safe space for us. Letting go of any expectations, any judgment. Allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment. You notice and feel the belly and chest rise with each inhale. Feel them fall with each exhale. And in the name of trying to feel lighter, think about with each exhale, letting go of something that's not serving you. Two more breaths here. Taking the transition slow, we'll meet with our knees and our chest. Take your time with it. And once you get there, you always have the option to rock left and right on that lower back and sacrum. Settling into center, let's replace our feet to the mat. Feet are hip width distance, heels are close in towards the glutes. Hands are by the sides to begin. Beginning with a bridge pose. Inhale, lift the hips, keep the chin at center. And then exhale, articulate your spine back to the mat. Trying something different now. Let's go ahead and inhale, lift our arms over our head, behind our head. And then exhale, bring the hands back by the hips. Now we're gonna try to combine the two. Inhale, lift the hips and the arms reach back. Exhale, hips back to the mat, hands back to the mat. Finding our own flow, at our own pace. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Let's each do 3 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Make sure the weight's not settling into the neck. Press into the back of the head as well. Inhale. Exhale. Last full round. Beautiful. We're making our way to seated, however you choose. I like to bring the knees in, doing a bit of a rock and roll on the spine a couple times. Then when you're ready, we'll meet in a comfortable seated position. Just find comfort here. Make sure you feel rooted in your mat. Crown of the head is reaching tall. On your inhale, lift the shoulders towards the ears, and on the exhale, drop them back and away. 2 more times like that. Inhale. Exhale, drop them. Last one. Beautiful. Crown of the head's reaching tall. Next, inhale, arms reach up. I want you to notice if your shoulders crept back up towards the ears, and if so, drop them away. So let's stay mindful of that throughout our practice. we're creating unnecessary tension if our shoulders creep up towards our ears. So remember to stay mindful to drop them away. Taking cactus arms now, bring those arms out just like a field goal. And then we're headed to a twist. Head to the right, hold those cactus arms for a breath. And on the next exhale, release, left hand outer edge of right knee, right hand behind the back, gazing over the right shoulder. Creating length in our spine still, crown of the head is still reaching towards the ceiling. One more breath. And then go ahead and release to center, arms back up. Back to cactus position here. And then take your twist to the left. Hold the twist with cactus arms for a breath. And on the next exhale, release the hands. Right hand, outer edge of left knee, left hand behind you. Taking the gaze over the left shoulder, crown of the head remains tall. Beautiful. Inhale yourself back to center, arms up. And on the exhale, hinge forward, lead with your chest. And then we'll find ourselves in a hip stretch here. So if it's bringing any pain, just don't take it as far. We're just opening in the outer edge of the hip. Good. Next inhale, let's rise. And we're just going to switch whatever leg was on top in that cross-legged position to even out that stretch in the hips. Same process. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Good. Give it one more breath. Beautiful. Inhale to rise. And then however you choose, let's make our way to tabletop, hands and knees, maybe roll over the knees to get there. Always gazing at the hands briefly to make sure we're protecting our wrists. Fingers are wide, pointer finger is parallel to the side of the mat, and the weight's distributed in through the entire hands, excuse me. Let's begin with some cat-cow. On the inhale, drop that belly, lift chin and chest. And on the exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine as you round, taking this at your pace with your breath. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Remember, this is simply meant as a warm-up in my sequence. So if you prefer any other organic movements for your body, feel free to take them. Maybe you want to take a C curve with the spine, looking left and right over the shoulders. Maybe you want to roll those hips. Really just bringing some mobility, some fluid in. One more round. Good. Let's all meet back in our neutral tabletop posture, headed forward to puppy or melted heart. So let's keep those hips directly over the knees, walking the hands forward and allowing the chest to dip towards the mat. Maybe the forehead or the chin make it down. Maybe it doesn't. It's not very important. We're just creating some space, some length in our pectorals, our shoulders. Good. Press into those palms and bring yourself back to a tabletop posture. Once you get here, step your right foot back, tuck your toes, press through your heel, and enjoy that calf stretch. The calves are tight, so it should feel good. Reach through crown of the head, press through the heel. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and pause at center and bring our attention towards our lower abdomen. And then let's do a slight tug of our pelvis where our navel draws up towards our spine, so we're engaged in that abdomen, and then we'll lift our right leg. We're doing a static hold today, so all levels class. Maybe both hands stay down, maybe left arm reaches out, palm facing in, thumb up. You want to stay mindful to maintain length in that right shoulder. Try not to sink into it. The abdomen stays engaged as you reach to the fingertips and press through the heel. Good. On the exhale, replace the left hand. If it was lifted, right foot will come over left. We'll tuck our toes, press through our heel, and gaze over that left shoulder. Beautiful. Let's meet back in tabletop. Option to roll out your right wrist if you feel as though you built any fatigue. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So left foot will step back, we'll tuck toes, press through heel, enjoy the calf stretch. I have no idea why my calves are so tight, but I can really feel it here. So try to enjoy that, press through the heels, reach through the crown of the head. You can roll back and forward if it feels good. tension is now in the lower abdomen. Navel draws up towards the spine, slight tuck of the pelvis, lift the left leg. So that engagement is very important to protect your lumbar spine. Try to maintain engaged there, pressing through the heel. If you'd like to take it further, reach the right arm out. Just like a handshake, remember, stay mindful. You haven't sunk your weight into that left shoulder. Maintain length. Reaching through fingertips, pressing through heel. Remembering your strength. On the exhale, right hand to the mat, left foot over right, top toes, press through heel, and gaze over right shoulder. Beautiful, meeting back in tabletop. Option to roll out left wrist if it created any fatigue. And then if you are feeling fatigue in the wrist, remember to stay mindful of that hand placement. Fingers wide, weights in the whole hand, so you're pressing through those fingertips as well. Tucking toes, we'll hover our knees, hover our shins. Make sure that we haven't dumped the weight into our shoulders. So separate those shoulder blades, doming that upper back slightly. Your core is engaged here. Your quadriceps begin to fire up. Starting to build some heat in the body. Remember your breath. 2 more, you got this. And on your next exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. It's your first down dog in the practice. I encourage you to get comfortable in however you choose. So maybe pedal out, bending knees, left and right. Maybe looking under each underarm, getting some movement in that neck. Remember, long spine is what we're looking for. So maybe that means you have knees bent for more elongation of your spine. We're decompressing the spine here. All right, let's settle into some stillness in our downward facing dog. And on our inhale, we're coming forward to a plank. Anything involving plank in an all levels class means modification would be to have knees down. That's a beautiful option, so please remember to honor your body. Be proud of whatever option you choose today. Full expression, toes are tucked, knees are lifted, reaching through crown of head, pressing through heels. Plank's a wonderful posture to help you build strength. It's an entire body engagement, so your glutes are engaged, your core is engaged, you're separating those shoulder blades slightly. And on the exhale, we're hinging it back to downward facing. Good, look between the hands, bend the knees, walk it forward slow. Feet are approximately hip width, torso falls down towards thighs. We release the head completely. I want you to allow gravity to do all the work here. Please let your head go. Hands can grab opposite elbows if it feels good. You have the option to sway left and right. You have the option to shake out the head, yes and no. Allow this to feel good in your body, knees bent as much as needed. Beautiful, let's go ahead and settle into center. I want everyone taking a slight bend in their knees and we're rolling this one up slow. Good, when we get to the top, shoulders are up and back. Hands by the sides, palms face forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. On your inhale, arms will reach up. On your exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward. On your inhale, half lift, flat back. Fingertips can come to shins or higher. Crown of the head's pulling forward. And on the exhale, plant your palms, step yourself to plank. We're all gonna lower down to our bellies for this first one. Challenge yourself to take it slow with control. Elbows hug in narrow as you lower all the way down. Once you get down, toes untuck. Hands are on outer edge of rib, elbows hug in, shoulders out of ears. We're just warming up to our back bends with a few mini cobras. On the inhale, heart forward and up. On the exhale, roll it down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, roll down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, take it down. Headed to down dog, however you choose. Challenge option, tuck toes, hug elbows in, press yourself to plank first, and then hinge back. Couple of breaths in downward facing. Good, lift between the hands, bend the knees, step, hop, or float forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to try one full sun A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, step it back, taking it slow. On the inhale, shift shoulders forward. On the exhale, bend the elbows to the ribs, chaturanga dandasana. Good. Inhale, peel the heart forward and up, cobra or up dog. Trying to make sure that your shoulders haven't sunk into your ears here. Tuck the toes, hinge at the hips, downward facing. So if you're newer to this practice, we refer to that as a vinyasa or a flow, and just know that it can be skipped at any time. So you can find yourself in plank and hinge directly to downward facing, or even child pose. Looking between hands, bend the knees, make your way forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold and hold here. We're headed directly to chair pose. So dropping our bottom, we'll meet in chair with arms reaching up. Checking in with our alignment. Tailbone is slightly, or pelvis is slightly tucked so that tailbone's facing down. We gaze down and make sure we can see our toes just to protect our knee joint. And then play with lifting all 10 toes off the mat and then placing them down gently. So the weight's really towards the back of the foot here. I'm going to try some movement with breath. On the exhale, torso to the thighs, arms back, palms up. And on the inhale, back to chair. Exhale, torso to the thighs, arms back. Inhale, chair. One more exhale. And on the inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, maybe take a back bend. And on the exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, step back, option for vinyasa, option to skip. Good job, you guys. Regain your breath in downward facing dog. Remember that breath is your foundation, so if you lose it, take child's pose, take a break, meet us when you're ready. Head to warrior one. Inhale, your right leg will lift. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Back foot drops to the mat at a 45-degree angle, and we'll lift up. Our priority in warrior one is keeping our hips square to the front of the mat. So if you notice that your hips aren't square, you can always adjust using your hands, or you can widen your stance, heel toeing that right foot out. Knees over ankles, strong in our back left leg, pressing into the outer edge of that left foot. Arms will reach up. Shoulders are out of ears. Feel a nice opening in the front of that left hip, hip flexor. Tailbone is facing down. Good. Head into humble warrior, hands behind the back. Interlace them if you're able. The modification is just to rest the back of the hands on the lower back. Inhale, peel the shoulders up and back as you look up. And on your exhale, right shoulder towards the inside of the right knee, releasing the head but staying strong in those legs, continuing to press into the outer edge of that left foot. Honoring your shoulders, if your hands happen to stay on your back, that's probably where they're meant to be. So don't push that rotation. If they fall away naturally, go ahead and allow them. Everyone's anatomy is different. Everybody's body is built different. Honor that. Good, engage your core. Inhale, rise with strength. Release the arms, warrior one. Strong inhale here. And on the exhale, hands back down to frame the foot. Right foot steps back to meet left. Option for vinyasa, option to skip. Meeting in downward facing dog. Couple breaths. If at any point you need to release heat, option for a sigh out the mouth, HA sound. Good, warrior one, other side. Inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, step it through between hands. Back foot drops to that 45-degree angle and let's lift it up. Check in with those hips. We want them square to the front of the mat. More often than not, I find myself having to adjust manually, and that's okay. So you never want to compromise the integrity of a posture to rush or to make it look good. You really want to be able to feel it. So hips square, begin to feel it in the front of that right hip flexor. Knee over ankle in the front leg, pressing into the outer edge of that back right foot. Beautiful, humble warrior, hands behind the back. We're interlacing if we're able. Inhale, roll them up and back, look up. Exhale, left shoulder towards inside of left knee. Release the head, maintain the strength in the legs. One more breath. Good, engage core. Inhale, rise with strength, arms up, warrior one. Strong inhale here. And on the exhale, hands to the mat, left foot steps back to me, right. Maybe you want a vinyasa, maybe you want to skip, whatever you choose. We're all gonna meet in downward facing dog. Double breath in down dog. Good, headed towards a low lunge. Inhale, right leg will lift. Exhale, step through between the hands, drop back knee, and untuck toes. Maybe you want to grab a knee pad here if you have any sensitivity in the knee. And then let's all start with our hands on our thigh. For those of you who have taken my classes, you know I'm a big believer in easing into postures. So I really like easing into the hips here. So pressing into the front foot, inhale, lift the hips high. And on the exhale, drop them. Two more like that, inhaling up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Beautiful. Hopefully you feel a little more settled in those hips. Maybe they even reach down lower. We're headed towards a twist. Left palm's going to plant to the mat. Right arm is lifting up, gazing at the ceiling if okay for neck. All level class, so feel free to keep that back knee down or tuck your toes and engage your back leg. Try to find that twist from the mid-thoracic spine here. Good. On the next exhale, release the hands to the mat. That knee can either be down or lifted in the back, and we're headed up to a lunge. So option one, left knee down. Beautiful option. Option two, left knee lifted, back leg engaged. From here, we're going to take our arms out to a T, flip our palms, and then bring our thumbs in towards each other as we lift our chest and our gaze, open our heart and our throat. Good. On the exhale, release the hands back to the mat. If the back knee was lifted, go ahead and drop it and untuck your toes. We're going to heel toe that right foot out, and our hands will come on the inside of the foot. I'll face you so you can see just in case. Hands are on the inside. Good. And then depending on your hips, maybe you stay on your palms. If you feel good, you might want to drop down to forearms. If you have a block at home, you have the option to bring a block to the forearms for an in-between option. Remember, the intention of today's practice is leaving this mat feeling lighter. So take this time, utilize your breath, and think about each exhale as your opportunity, your chance to really let go. Let go of the head. Releasing things that are not serving you. Good job, you guys. Let's slowly make our way back to our palms. Heel toe your foot back to center. We're headed towards a half split. Hands are framing the foot. We're going to begin to straighten that front leg, and the hands, will walk in towards the body. So if you happen to be tightening your hamstrings, if you have blocks at home, blocks surrounding the leg can be very helpful here just to provide a little bit of stability. And then if you don't have any blocks at home, you can always bend the knee as much as you need. Don't allow for sharpness. So you'll feel it, but don't let it be sharp. And if it is, bend your knee as much as needed. Think about pulling your right hip in line with your left, pressing your tailbone out, but your heart forward. Good job. Walk those hands forward again, bend that knee, remove the blocks if you had them. Tuck back toes, engage back leg, and we're stepping ourselves to plank. So instead of flinging that leg back, feel your core engage and try to step it back lightly. Beautiful. We're headed to Vashisthasana side plank. Your right palm is coming center directly under that right shoulder as you roll yourself open to a side plank. Modification, right knee drops down. Beautiful option. Maybe you stack or stagger your feet. Maybe you lift a leg. Whatever's in your practice. Remember, let's be proud of it. 2 breaths. 1 more. And on the exhale, left palm to the mat. Option to lower for the vinyasa. Option to skip. I'll meet you all in downward facing. Couple of breaths in down dog. I don't know about you, but it's definitely warming up in here. All right, low lunge, other side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, take it through between hands. Back knee's gonna drop to begin, untuck toes. Go ahead and grab your knee pad if you feel like you need it. There's sensitivity in that knee. Hands will start on the thigh. Let's take it at our own pace. Press into the front foot, inhale to lift the hips. Exhale to lower them. 2 more like that, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Beautiful. Settling into those hips. We're headed towards our twist. Right palm is planting. Left arm is lifting. Gaze is to ceiling if okay for neck. Again, maybe you want to keep that back knee down. If you want a little bit more, tuck the toes and engage the back leg. Your body, your practice, your choice. Good, next exhale, replace the left hand to the mat. Knee can either be down or lifted in the back, and we're headed up to our crescent lunge. Option 1, right knee is down. Make sure those shoulders haven't cut towards those ears. Tailbone is facing down, nice opening in the front of that right hip. All right, arms out to that T, palms will face up. Let's bring the thumbs towards each other. As we lift the heart, open the throat, gaze is up. Changing the gaze is going to challenge the balance. Beautiful, exhale, release the hands. Drop back knee, untuck toes, and then heel toe the right foot out. The left foot out. Hands are on the inside of the foot. Same options. Maybe you're on palms, maybe you're on forearms, maybe you're in between with a block. I want you to just stay mindful that this knee is not passing those toes to protect the knee joint. So if you can, knee stays over ankle or just slightly over. Again, let's let go of anything weighing us down. Exhale it out when you can. Make sure you've released your head. No need in carrying it here. Good. Slowly, let's make it to the palms. Heel toe that foot back to center. Hands will frame foot, and we're headed to half split. Straightening front leg, walking hands in towards the body, maybe grabbing our blocks if we find those helpful. Pulling left hip in line with right, pressing tailbone out and heart forward. Feet are flexed to begin. There's no right or wrong, but flexing the foot really helps target the back of that leg. If you'd like to alternate by pointing toes, opening in the front of the shin, the ankle, you're welcome to do that. Remember to breathe here. Good. Walking the hands forward, bending the knee again, removing the blocks if you had them. Tuck your back toes, engage your back leg. Feel the engagement in your core before you make any movement. Step that foot back lightly. Good, we got Vashisthasana, side plank, other side. Left palm is coming center, directly underneath left shoulder. we're rolling open to the other direction. Stacking or staggering feet, maybe dropping left knee as a kickstand, honoring your body, your practice, remembering your strength. 2 breaths. Good, on the exhale, right palm to the mat, option for vinyasa, option to skip. But whatever you choose, we're all going to meet in child's pose when we're done to get off our wrists and regain our breath. You can always use this time as an opportunity to maybe towel off or grab water. Return to your intention if you set one. What brought you to your mat today? What would you like to get out of this practice? Whatever that might be, let that concept bring you focus. Let that concept bring you strength. When you're ready, let's meet back in tabletop. I'm going to pause here. We're headed to some core work involving our legs. So it's things like knee to nose, knee to tricep. So if you're newer to this practice or still building strength, I would suggest doing it from tabletop. So that's the modified version. Still building strength, just a little less intensity. If you're going to the full expression, we'll head to downward facing dog. Make sure you've checked in with your hands, fingers wide, weights in the whole hand. The focus here is to move with control, not momentum. On the inhale, right leg will lift. On the exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Good, inhale, extend. Right knee, right tricep, shoulders over wrist. Beautiful, inhale, extend. Cross your body, left tricep. Good, inhale to extend. And with control, step your foot through between your hands. Your back foot is dropping parallel to the back of the mat, and we're cartwheeling ourselves up to warrior 2. So a couple alignment points in warrior 2. We want to make sure that our shoulders are over our hips. Many times when we come up, I find my shoulders forward. So shoulders directly over hips, spine directly over pelvis. Tailbones facing down, knees over ankle, and you're strong in your back left leg, arms extended, gaze over that front, fingertips. Let's ease into this posture here, flipping our palms. Inhale, reach up and straighten your front leg. Exhale yourself back to warrior 2. Try that one more time. Inhale, exhale. Good, now settling into your lunge, headed to peaceful warrior. So full expression, knees over ankle. Wherever your lunge is, if you can't get there, that's all right. But wherever your lunge is, maintain it, commit to it as we reverse our warrior. Right palm flips, right arm reaches back. Left hand can rest lightly on back leg or come around the small of the back. Peaceful or reverse warrior, one of my favorite postures. Good, inhale yourself back to warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm, right thigh, left arm's gonna reach forward so that the bicep is by the ear. We're not bringing a ton of weight into this forearm, so we're still engaged in our core. Second option, maybe you wanna drop your right hand down. Maybe you even have a bind in your practice. That's completely your choice. Good, inhale yourself back to warrior 2. All levels class. We're gonna attempt half moon. A block can be very helpful in half moon, which just brings the floor to you. So stepping off our back foot, we're gonna lift our back leg, attempting to stack. Let me move so I can get in the frame. Attempting to stack our hips and our shoulders. So you can always start with the block, see how you feel. You wanna make sure you don't feel the weight dumping into the hip. So engage in your core so you can lift out of that hip. If you start with the block and feel good, that's where you can play with taking the hand off the block. Whew. 2 more breaths, you got this. Good job, you guys. We're headed back to warrior 2, bending in that right knee. See if you can land lightly. Beautiful. From warrior 2, straighten the front leg. We're gonna rotate, bringing our right foot parallel with our left. Headed to a 5-pointed start. Reach the arms out. Fingertips are wide. I want you to feel the energy in your fingertips. Go ahead and bring the heels in and allow your toes to flare out. Feel the energy in your fingertips. Think about what you are radiating out into the world today. Today, maybe you choose gratitude or compassion, self-acceptance. Sitting down into goddess pose, bend the knees. Practice with those arms if you can. Tucking hips forward. Challenge option. Maybe coming to the balls of the feet. Continue to breathe. Good. Go ahead and straighten legs. Give them a break. Bring those feet back to parallel. Bring the hands back behind the back. Interlace them. Inhale, roll shoulders up and back. Gaze up, chest lifts. And then exhale, hinge at hips, fold forward. Similar like we did in Humble Warrior. If your hands stay in your back, don't push it. That's most likely where they're meant to stay. Next exhale, release those hands to the mat. Let the head go, maybe shake it out. And then walking our hands back towards our front right foot. We rotate and we pivot. We meet in a runner's lunge. Feel the engagement in your core. Prepare to step that leg back. Step it back lightly. Option for vinyasa. Option to skip. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. Regain your breath if you lost it. We're headed to that same core work involving our legs. So remember, this can be done from tabletop as a modification. Before we move on, make sure that your hands are set, that you're pressing into the whole hand. Let's protect our wrists. We're moving with control, not momentum. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Good, inhale to extend. Left knee, left tricep, shoulders over wrists. Good, inhale to extend. Cross your body, right tricep. Beautiful, extend. With control, step it through. Back foot comes parallel to back of the mat. We cartwheel up. I'm gonna go ahead and switch directions so that I can face you. Warrior two, other side. Check in with the alignment. Make sure the shoulders haven't reached forward. Let's get them directly over hips. Knee over ankle, strong in that back right leg. We're gonna ease into the hip opening. Flipping palms, inhale, reach up, straighten leg, gaze up. Exhale, warrior two. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right, settle into the lunge. Whatever it's gonna be for your body, but stick with it. Left palm lifts, left arm reaches back. Maybe the hand comes around the small of the back. Maybe it's on the back leg. We're still deep in that lunge. Try not to lose the lunge. Continue to breathe. And then with control, back to warrior two. Good, headed to side angle, extended side angle. Left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaches forward so the bicep is by the ear. Remember, not all the weight is in the forearm, so you're really lifting out. It's just there for a little bit of support. Option to also drop the left hand. Also the option to take that bind. Your practice, your choice. Good, I'll meet you back up in warrior two when you're ready. We're headed to half moon. Maybe you want to grab your block. Okay, get situated. Lifting off back leg. Attempting to stack shoulders and hips. You could always start with the block just to build some stability and take the hand off after. Remember, it's okay to stumble, it's okay to sway, it's okay to fall. We have fallen way worse in life, and we've always gotten back up. That's what brought you here today. With control, let's take it back to warrior two. Good. Straightening that front leg, rotating the left toes now. And then let's bring heels in, toes to flare out, headed to star, reach those arms out, spread the fingers wide. Think about what energy you're putting out there today. Good, taking it down into goddess when you're ready. Bending knees, tucking hips forward, tailbone down. Challenge option, balls of the feet. Remembering your strength. Beautiful, straighten those legs, give them a break. Allow your feet to come back to parallel. Hands will come behind the back, let's interlace. Inhale, shoulders forward and back, look up. Exhale, hinge at hips, and release. Be mindful of the rotation that works in your shoulder. Knowing that everyone's body is a little different, and that's a beautiful thing. Listen to yours. On the exhale, release the hands to the mat. Pause here. Option to shake out the head in this Pasarita wide leg forward fold. Again, gravity's doing all the work. And then walking the hands towards the front left foot, we'll rotate, we'll pivot. Hands are framing foot. We bring our attention in towards our core. Make sure it's engaged. Left foot steps back to meet right. Option for vinyasa, option to skip. Median downward facing dog. Good. Next inhale, let's all come forward to a plank and hold. Maybe knees are down. We're going to come down to our belly. Try to take it slow. Elbows are narrow. As we come all the way down, untucking toes. Headed to a few variations of locust. Hands are going to come behind the back and we'll interlace. On your inhale, peel the heart forward and up, shoulders draw away from the ears. So just our head and our chest and our arms are lifted, but our feet are on the ground for this one. Pressing that fist towards the back of the room. Continue to breathe. And on your exhale, let it all go. Bring one cheek to the mat to get a stretch in your neck. Beautiful. Bring your chin back to center. One more variation of locust. Hands are by the sides, palms are facing down. And on the inhale on this one, everything's lifting. Head, chest, arms, and legs. Reach those fingertips towards those toes, building strength in that back body that helps keep you upright. 2 breaths. Last one. And exhale, release. Opposite cheek to the mat. Let's all bend our knees and windshield wiper our feet just to release our lower back. Good, settling into center. Hands will come back underneath shoulders. Press into palms, sit back, child's pose. Good, staying down on our mat, we'll all just slowly rise, and however is easiest for you, make your way to your bottom with your legs extended to the front of the room. So headed to a seated forward fold. Make sure you feel rooted in your mat. So remove any flesh you need to really feel rooted. Feet flex in, crown of the head's tall. And on your inhale, arms will reach up. On your exhale, hinge your hips, lead with your chest, and then release your head and neck last. It's all right if you don't make it to the feet. So shins, ankles, strap, whatever works. Beautiful. On your inhale, we'll slowly rise, bending our knees and bringing our feet to the mat. Let's bring our hands over our knees. And we're headed to kind of a seated cat. So on the exhale, lean back, bring your chin to your chest, and allow a nice round spine. Good, on your inhale, lift your chest back up towards your knees. Notice the length that you feel in your spine here, and that's what will be our priority as we head to Navasana boat pose. So feel that nice long straight spine, hands can come behind the thighs to begin. Hover those feet off the mat. So if this is new to you, maybe this is where you stay, and that's okay, you're still building strength. Maybe you take the legs to a 90-degree, chest still lifted tall. Maybe you feel good and you want to release the hands. Maybe even straighten the legs. But if you straighten the legs and you find yourself rounding in the spine, choose the option that allows you to keep that straight, long spine. Give me 2 more breaths. Good, exhale, release the feet to the mat. Let's go ahead and take our legs back out, and we're headed to a straddle. So we're gonna widen our legs here, facing you. Again, maybe readjust. You can always elevate your hips by sitting on a block or a bolster as well if you find discomfort here. We're gonna start in the center, walk our hands forward, lead with our chest. And then you can let your head go. Beautiful, let's slowly rise. And then shift our shoulders to face our right leg. And then same process, hinge and fold. Shoulders are squared off to that leg to begin. And then if you prefer, you can switch this to a side body stretch by opening up in the chest here, reaching with that left arm, or stay squared off. It's really what your body might need today. You choose. Beautiful, slowly rise. Walk it through center, hinge to face that left leg. Feel those shoulders square off to the leg, and then release forward. No 2 sides are the same. For me, this left side is much more tight. And maybe you want to stay squared off in those shoulders, or maybe you want to open to that side stretch. Completely up to you. All right, slowly rise. Bringing the legs in towards each other. I like to use the support of the hands, and then we'll shake those legs out. We're headed to our backs. Get there however you like. And once you get there, bring those knees into the chest. Maybe rock left and right if it feels good. Settling into center now. Let's keep our right knee in, but extend our left leg long. Left foot is flexed on the mat, helping to ground you. If you have discomfort in your lower back here, you can always bend the left knee. And then let's tighten our grip, bringing our knee closer towards our underarm or our outer edge of rib. Really feel the compression sensation in that right lower abdomen. And when you're ready, guide yourself into a twist. Right arm comes out to a T as you guide your knee to the left, taking your gaze right. Trying to keep that right shoulder blade down on the mat. Good, let's go ahead and make our way back to center and switch sides. Right leg will extend long, left knee will come in. Right foot is flexed on the mat, helping to ground you. And then again, left knee coming closer towards underarm, outer edge of rib, really noticing and enjoying that compression sensation. And at your pace, guide yourself into the twist, guiding the knee to the right as you take the gaze left, trying to keep that left shoulder blade down. Make your way back back to center, both knees into the chest. And then option to keep them there or head to happy baby. If you choose happy baby, feet are flexed like you're stamping that ceiling, hands can grab outer edges of feet. You have the option to rock left and right if it feels good. You can even take this into a reclined straddle with straightening one or both legs, whatever feels good in your body today. And then if you chose happy baby, let's bring the knees back into the chest, giving ourselves a hug of gratitude, truly thanking yourself for making the time to show up on your mat. When you're ready, we'll release into our final resting posture of shavasana, taking as much time as we need to get there, any final movements our body might require. But once you make your way down to your mat, take the time to get comfortable. Get those wiggles out. Of all the postures you've done today, this one will be the most important. Allowing your body and your mind to reap the benefits of the last hour. So really acknowledge anywhere you might still carry tension. Maybe unclench your jaw. Releasing any furrow between your eyebrows. Going as far as trying to soften behind the eyes, the eyelids. Feeling the earth underneath you to come up to meet you, to support you. And remembering that with every exhale, we have a chance. We have an opportunity to release, to let go of anything that's not serving us. You to feel welcome to stay in shavasana however long you'd like. If you're ready to move on, we'll begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes. Maybe roll out our ankles and our wrists. Reach our arms overhead, just like a good morning stretch. Stretching from end to end, from the toes, up the entire body and out the fingertips. Curling up, closing in, our knees will make their way to the chest as we roll to either side in the fetal position, utilizing our bicep as our pillow, while the other palm is placed into the floor in front of us. Pausing here for this final moment of stillness, allowing ourselves to appreciate the quiet amongst the noise of our everyday lives. Remembering that as we head off our mat and into our day,
that we can be patient with our restlessness, that we can be kind to our bodies and our minds, and that we can be grateful for the opportunity to know ourselves a little more, a little deeper. Pressing into your palm, let's make our way back to our comfortable seated position. And if you feel comfortable, you're welcome to keep those eyes closed, rooting into the mats. Next inhale, arms reach up. And on the exhale, hands to heart center. I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Please thank yourself for taking time to invest into you. Together, we'll seal our practice with Namaste.